Crewing a small boat lately has been one of the most dangerous jobs in the Ukrainian armed forces. In the 6 weeks since the Ukrainian Marine Corps' 35th Brigade first crossed the wide Dnipro River and secured a bridgehead in Krynky, on the river's Russian-held left bank, the Marines and supporting army troops have lost a lot of boats. How many? Nearly 50 boats damaged or sunk, if open-source analyst Andrew Perpetua's tally is comprehensive. The latest loss might be the weirdest. On Christmas Eve, Russian troops circulated a video depicting one of their explosives-laden first-person view drones striking a Ukrainian BMK-T presumably somewhere near Krynky. The BMK-T is a 31-foot, 460-horsepower tugboat that Soviet industry designed specifically for motoring into place segments of floating pontoon bridges. The Soviets built scores of BMK-Ts through the early 1990s. Some ended up in Ukraine following the collapse of the Soviet Union. That the Ukrainians were driving a BMK-T back and forth across the Dnipro does not mean they were building a pontoon bridge across the river. Yes, the Ukrainian army has a dedicated pontoon bridge regiment, the 808th. But the regiment apparently hasn't attempted to span the Dnipro around Krynky. For starters, the river is 1,000 feet wide at Krynky, which likely is too wide for an assault pontoon. Moreover, Russian drones, bombs and artillery probably make it prohibitively dangerous to build a pontoon bridge. So the Ukrainian Army and Marine Corps support the 35th Brigade in Krynky with small boats, the occasional armored ferry and, in a pinch, BMK-T tugs. The more boats the Russians damage or sink, the more desperate the Ukrainians might get, and the more weird vessels they might press into service to keep the Krynky bridgehead supplied. Conditions on the Dnipro might be improving for the Ukrainians. After moving better long-range air defenses into the area in recent weeks, the Ukrainian Air Force shot down, in the span of just a month, 5 Russian Air Force bombers south of the Dnipro, including at least 3 Sukhoi Su-34s that reportedly were lining up for a glide bombing raid on the Marines in Krynky. Following the triple shoot-down, the Russian Air Force suspended, at least temporarily, the air raids around Krynky. That surely is a relief to Ukrainian boat crews.